Hi there, Rachael-Jayne Groover, and welcome to Awaken TV. I'm on the road. I'm here at my family home. We're still here in Australia, down under for a few more events. And my dad just surprised me and my siblings with this series of photos that my mum put together for us of all throughout our history. And some of these photos I want to forget about. But I want to show you a few because today I wanted to talk about the ability to make change in your life. And I'm sure there are things that you want to change. Maybe it's your health or weight or your relationship to another person, a relationship to money. I want you to bring something to mind that you want to change because I want to give you a tip and something to sort of break the habits that you have around who you think you are. So, of course, the youngest one that Mum gave me is my baby photo. And yes, it looks like I like food. Well, that hasn't changed at all. I'm a triple Taurus. I love my food. I used to play competitive sports. Tennis, this is moi right here. And I actually played competitive. I was quite competitive basketball, tennis, other sports, and now I can't imagine anything worse than playing a team sport, so that's definitely not me. My first car, it had to be a sexy car. It was a Toyota Celica. It broke down all the time. It was crazy, too expensive for what I had, but I wanted a sexy car. And I want to show you this photo to prove that you can change the way you look. Look at that. Oh my gosh, they're like man's pants. I don't know what I was thinking. I actually was heavier than this by quite a bit at the time where I just, you know, ate what most other people ate and didn't really exercise and all of that. This one, though, the final one, I don't think that's changed. That is fashionista or what? Still love the fashion. But what is my tip for today? You wanting to make change, and as I sit here and look back at these photos, and maybe you do that when you go back home, I'm like, I am not that person. Now, some of you might be going, oh, you haven't changed a bit, but I tell you, I'm living on the inside here, and I have changed so much. I don't feel like that person anymore. So much has changed. The way I eat, the way I think, the way I talk, the way I work, the way I relate. I mean, it's vastly different. And so what happens when we try to make change is if we get too pulled into who we think we are, we're like cutting our chances off at the knees. For example, when you say something like, that's just how I am, that's just how I've always been, that's how I'm always going to be, you are hurting yourself right there and then. But be honest with yourself. How often do you think it or say it? Like, well, that's just how I am. I'm always frustrated or have always been frustrated at people who are XYZ, or I'm impatient. I'm always going to be impatient because I have high expectations, or I'm authentic. I just really need deep and loving connections and not this superficial I've always been like that. When you go into a saying like that, a statement like that, you are putting a huge limit on who you think you are, which is just identity. It is just habits of thoughts and emotions and sensations and all of that. It is not who you truly are. So I want you to take a moment right now to write down, either in your mind or somewhere, 3 statements that you often say that you are and that you think you'll always be like that. Like, it's very black and white. I'll always have high expectations. I'll always be authentic. I'll always be truthful and loyal. And the name of the game is to question that. All of that is part of the identity that gets fixated on, that gets focused on, because we are all of it. We have shallow moments and deep moments. We have patient moments and we have impatient moments. But as soon as your mind goes, that is just how I am, you're sort of screwed. So stop it. And to really look back over the next few days or few hours of how much you have changed. But if you can't get out of this identity, out of this idea that you can make massive change in the future, it's going to be difficult. So look at that thing that you want to change. Is it relationship to another person, health, wealth, whatever it is? And to see yourself radically different. How can you see yourself radically different if you can't get out of the statement, well, that's just who I am. That's just how I am. They don't go together. So break up this hold on anything that's sort of stubborn or like defense, really, all that is, as this is just who I am. Just pull that up, uproot that, and be open to massive changes happening in the way that you operate, in the way that you live, in the way that you love, in the way that you think, and the way that you eat in the next few weeks, months, and years. Massive change is open to you if you are willing to let go of that identity that you hold on so tightly. We all do. So leave a comment or question down below if you have anything you want to ask or share, an aha from this. And if you want more awesome resources to awaken your impact and inspire change and create wealth, head on over to Rachael-Jayne.com and sign up at the top of the page for email updates. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, be as present as you can and enjoy each moment as much as you possibly can, because everything is temporary. Everything is in this moment. Things are shifting and changing very quickly. You have this moment to enjoy and to be present. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week on Awaken TV. Take care. Bye.